didn't want to see the truth because they were bitter because they didn't have it. Like that's what I used to think. But now I'm starting to really understand that people they just don't believe that it's possible. Like there are folks who literally believe that if if I have a job and I'm stable at my job, then that's the only life that I'm able to have.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephants always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 5:50 on this lovely Saturday morning. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing? AJ McMahon. My bad. I said Aaron Mack at first.
As I said earlier, I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm tired. Fucking exhausted, bro.
Yeah.
Having some late nights trying to balance everything and give everybody their time. You know what I'm saying? So last night it was family time. For the most part, all week I haven't been. Excuse me. I haven't been given the amount of time to my family the way I supposed to. So, last night I tried to make up for it. It was a mistake. Not the family time, but the making up for it. And now I rob Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying?
It's a very it's a very weird dynamic. First of all, it don't feel natural. It don't feel right at all, because it's like at the end you gotta constantly be on that. Like there's no getting over that. It's like you take from here, then this is lacking, then you put it here, then you take back from there, put over here. Now it's a constant lack somewhere. It's never enough. It's never enough. But it's
Which is also how you know that that it's not something that you should be doing.
Big facts. But yeah, we constantly.
What's been going on with you, man?
Ooh, working on my stuff. Been real heavy on Chat GPT. I didn't know you can run out of prompts. So if that tells you anything, I was using that pretty heavy one day, and I was just like, all right, we're gonna figure this out today. So yeah, that was fun. That was interesting. But yeah, just been working on this this game with Chat GPT. It's called Quantum Shift. It's a 2D endless runner with a nice little twist to it. When I get closer to finish it out, I'll talk more about it. It's bare bones right now. So, but we working.
Speaking of working, I know last week or one of these weeks I talked a little bit about what's been going on at my job. And when you think that every piece of feces has already been smeared on the fan.
All right.
And you just think that there's absolutely no more
Nothing.
horror that you can go through. You know, there you just get to a point where you just like, yo, I can't come to work no more and be surprised by nothing else. Nothing. Like it can't happen. Like it's just not possible. So, bro, I am. Goddamn. We get to first of all after the last situation.
Mm-mm.
Um, we have the morale had already been killed. I talked about the fact that they cut our pay and they took away all the bonuses, so they made it virtually impossible to make money from them. Um, I talked about how everybody was already pretty much like defeated. We all just got to a point where it was like, yo, there's really no point anymore. Like you just we're done. So with that mentality, everybody started fading off. Like folks started jumping ship. We started with like 7, 8 salespeople, and I'm proud to announce that I got the secret of what not to do when you got a sales team of people working for you. You don't take the one thing that motivates them to do their job away from them. I'm proud to announce today on September 28th that we are now down to 3 salespeople in the entire building. Which don't sound like a lot of difference from 8, but when you start talking about an entire team of people who's supposed to be there every single day in and day out, maintaining the amount of people that come in there, that's a huge difference. We are now down to 3, and one of the 3 is about to go give birth, and she ain't coming back. So yeah, so we are in a very precarious situation, and I'm just looking around like, yo, this is insane. I had never seen anything like this. So you know, and in addition to that, I get to work on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember which day it was now, but but my sales manager and the GM announced that they will be leaving the company indefinitely. So in the midst of all of this, it gets worse, bro. It gets worse. In the midst of all this, nobody is outright talking about the problem, the real problem. We kind of dancing around the topic. We doing everything but addressing the elephant. We ask questions about the elephant. The elephant go ahead tiptoe over to the other corner. Um, they you shine a spotlight on it for a second, and they just come in, just take the batteries out of the flashlight. Um, yeah, they doing everything that they possibly can to not address the fact that like we ain't making money here, but what we want you to do is be excited about the next step. We want you to be excited about the fact that now that we got less salespeople, you guys can make all of the money. But I'm just like, okay, but we not making no money. Let's talk about the elephant though. Like, why y'all leaving? If it's so much money to be made, if it's so much money to be made, why y'all bouncing? Where y'all going?
If that ain't a sinking ship,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
prime example of a sinking ship. Eh, That's so wild. And at that point, like the company has or the building. I don't know if it's the whole. It's not the whole company that's lacking. It's just
I
that
mean,
building,
I
that
don't know.
department.
I don't know. There's I'm getting mixed signals from every direction, so it's kind of
Mm.
hard to say on that one.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's wild. And instead of just like being real with y'all, just being honest, like, hey, look, this is how it is. It's we ain't doing nothing. We ain't making much. We failing right now. And yeah, we're gonna slide on up out of here. They want y'all to come in faithfully, like act like nothing's going on, act like it's a regular day.
Yep.
It, oh my Jesus.
Like we can sit down, like we can all sit down and vent about stuff. Talk about the dumbass customers that come in, the people with bad credit, our finance manager, how she be taking too long. Like we could talk about all that stuff, but as long as we don't add specifics to the problem. Like, once we start talking about selling stuff, like they just like, yo, you got to make your phone calls. Like for what?
Mm.
Like we just be like, yo, for what? What we making phone calls for? Hey, you gotta make 30 calls a day. Nah, I'm not. Like, pick up the phone when somebody call. Nah, I'm trying to do them a favor.
Mm.
Like, what are we doing? Like we not doing anything, man. And everything that we are doing, like everything that we are doing, like we backtracking anytime we move forward. Like I've never been in this environment where, moving forward is a hindrance.
And people put their trust, their time, years, decades into working for jobs like these only to end up in similar situations. Luckily you haven't been there that long. Uh, but like just imagine the person that was planning on retiring from there, or they plotted uh a 5 year, 10 year, 20 year game plan or something for this job, and they invested so much and then get cut off right there in the middle, or cut off right there at the end, and now you got to start all over.
Interesting that you said to start all over piece, because that's what I wanted to kind of get on today.
Hmm.
Because that would be your first clue. Like it's frustrating to be
Hmm.
in a situation where you start a job and what and I've never been in a job where the company falls. Like I've always worked for bigger companies, Walmart, Amazon, Target, Sears. I mean Sears went under, but I wasn't there when it happened. You know, so I mean, I've always worked for bigger companies with bigger structures, bigger team environments, and a corporate office. This job got a corporate office, but it's just another dealership. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is a little bit of a difference as it pertains to the structure and how things operate. So typically, you're able to, I say you got HR on site. You got people who can answer questions for you on site. Like this joint, we ain't got on site HR. Our HR all the way down in South Carolina. And not only is our HR down in South Carolina, it's a completely different company that contracts out HR work. You know what I'm saying? So, it just to give you guys a demonstration of what this environment is like. Like it's not like outlawed territory or anything like that. Like we not all out there just doing our own thing. There's a certain way to conduct yourself, but at the same time, it's not it's not big. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you got your big companies and your big company structure, like how Amazon used to operate. Like you knew Amazon was a big company just by standing in the middle of that joker.
Yeah.
Like you knew that this joint expanded to more than just one building. But yeah, so this joint here,
It's
man.
wild.
I don't know, man. Like and the writing's been on the wall for a while. So as we start talking about that starting over piece, man, like it should have been done a long time ago on my part. But I was just so hopeful that our plan would actually work itself out, and we just came to the end of our rope, and unfortunately, those two paths they intersected, and it didn't go good. It didn't go in my favor.
It it's a learning process. Cause like, yeah, you ain't know, you ain't
I knew,
that it was gonna fail like that, or just it was gonna come to
bro.
an end.
Like what I tell you about 10 episodes ago, I told you I could see the numbers.
Yeah.
I said it. It's something about how other humans act can give you everything that you need to know about a certain situation, bro. And some the way about how these guys acted. Some of the stuff that they said, whether it was something like, somebody to catch you on a sneak tip, say some crazy stuff that you just like, yo, I can't believe they just said that. Like, yo, you my manager. What you doing talking like that? Or like, they say something like, well, I'm in debt. I'm like, wait, what? You told me we can make six figures here. What are you talking about? You in debt? Like, nah, we shouldn't be in debt. Like, nah, that's not something that you know. Um, but my sales manager, he kind of laid out a hint for me, and he didn't necessarily give me any specifics. It was like a month ago. He gave me some warning and just said, look, man, some stuff about to change around here. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but I'm just letting you know because you got a family. So I don't know if you got a contingency. I might be able to look out for you once I leave here, but because you one of my the best guys I got, but you know, I just wanted to let you know before it come down the pipe, see if you had I kind of thought, because I didn't know if I could trust my man, honestly. I didn't know if I could, but I kind of thought it was one of those situations of, you trying to scare me out of here. Cause I heard somewhere before that, these sales jobs, when they don't like their sales team, they try to do things to get everybody to jump ship. And then they'll kind of restructure everything to make it look good for the next group.
Wow.
So I
That's
kind of held out hope that was the case. That's not the case.
they just going down there.
They just going
just
down, bro.
that's
Because we got a girl like for real, like the girl that worked with us. She been there for 7 years, bro. So like when I asked her, I was like, "Yo, have you ever seen it this bad?" She was like, "Yeah." So once a year, everybody jump ship. Like that happens once a year. But as far as the pay goes, it has never been this bad. And like I'm looking at her desk, y'all. We got the number one salesperson, well, or salesperson of the month trophy at the joint. I promise you, I ain't never had that joint. Once I had the biggest deal in the company's history, and I ain't see nothing but a base paycheck. I was like, no more, no more extra effort, fam. But we talking like a $71,000 deal, and I ain't get paid but $1,500 that pay period, bro. I'm just like, yo, no more. But she got the salesperson of the month trophy on her desk, bro. She get paid the same I get paid. Like, so what is so? But I asked her, I was like, yo, so what's the deal here? She's like, yeah, I don't see it coming back from this one. I think this is my last run.
that is that bro, that kind of scares. But I mean, it just goes to show that we've been preaching this for a while now, that they have all right to do this. They can do this. This can happen at any moment of your life. And people still go to 9 to 5s faithfully. People still put their trust, their time, and just, and you got to start over each and every time. Instead of the next time being, all right, I'm going to put more focus in this thing I got over here that I actually can make into something. I'm gonna go to something that's already made, something that's already secured, uh, something that's already established that could bring me stability, or maybe bring, because that's prime example that ain't stable. That's my man walked into this job. It's been a rocky boat ever since it started.
And bro, we didn't have any indicator that our sales manager was leaving. That man, he announced that joint and was like, "Today is my last day with you guys." What, bro? How
Excuse
long
me?
have you known this? And then right after that, the GM like, "Yeah, so I put in my 2 weeks notice." What? And like we found out that day that 2 weeks prior to that, the service manager put in his 1 month notice. Like, bruh, this joint was going down the entire time, and y'all ain't tell nobody, bro. Like,
Facts.
what the fuck, bro? Um,
Sounds very stable. Very stable to me.
yeah, very, very stable, bro. Very stable. Multi-million-dollar company, I guess. I don't know. People getting paid 6 figures. Yeah, and can't and oof, bro. I don't want to go there. So, um, and I wanted to address that, man. Um, I had no other reason to bring that particular situation to this podcast today, other than the fact that Marcus ain't had no topic. So I was like, I might as well talk about what's going on in my life right now. But so with that being said, that's been about a week and a half since all that has gone down. Other than when my managers dropped the bomb on us, that was this week. But I have already started looking for another job anyway. And I've started putting in applications, same old processes I did the earlier part of this year. And I got a few bites already. Actually got a job lined up already, but once again, we talking about starting over. So, and everybody say that it should be a better opportunity for me because XYZ. They laying out everything. XYZ should be a better opportunity for you because of this. Should be a better opportunity for you because of that. Blase, blase, splee. Yeah, sure. So I'm I'm just looking at the company itself. It's Ford. I drive a Ford truck, so I'm just like, okay, I could probably utilize the discounts that might work out in my favor. So I'm I get into the mode where I'm just like, okay, let me pre-plan because
Mhm.
I haven't been doing a good job at pre-planning. So let me ask questions. So I got on Google and typed in the employee reviews. I want to go in employee reviews to see how people feel about working for this company. And I'm looking at their rating on Indeed versus our rating on Indeed. It's the same rating. I'm just like, imagine that. So I get down into the reviews, start reading a few of them, and I see that everybody feels the same way about that joint that they feel about the joint I'm working at now. So I'm like, bruh, is it all these positions where people feel like this? Like you may be making money, but you definitely not gonna be at home at all ever. Like you always gonna be at work forever. Like, but or you gonna be at home or at work all day, every single day, and you ain't gonna have no benefits. or you're gonna be going through a whole bunch of overbearing managers, and you ain't gonna have no HR on site to complain to. Like, it's just gonna be the same thing everywhere you go. Like, is this really what I'm fighting for right now? Really? Like, I can't do no better than this. So as we're talking about starting over, bruh, I've taken focus away from what's important. I have taken focus away from the book. I'm so close to publishing right now, bro. I'm so close, dog. I got one more run through that I got to do to the book, and that is it. And I can go ahead and publish the book. And right now I'm working through trying to find another job, like, and pretty much everything that I decided to do is the same. Like, what am I doing here, bro?
There it is. Okay. Yeah. The routine or the cycle of
The
getting a
cycle.
new job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When people start over, they do the exact same thing as they done before. Nothing changes. It's like uh you get into one relationship, you get out of it, you don't take any accountability for it. You're like, all right, it was them. I'm perfect. You go into the next relationship, do the exact same things, go into it with the exact same mentality, all that.
Yeah.
Same things happen. Just you do it so much, you start to notice a pattern, and you're just like, oh, so it just must be everybody must be like this. I don't know what it is about this little small community, but you just no, bro, change. Like that's the whole thing of growth. Like learn from your mistakes, what happened in the past.
Your
Just
mistakes, not the rest of the world's mistakes.
there you go.
Learn from your mistakes.
The man in the mirror. That's who we talking about here today, or the woman, in the person in the mirror. There we go.
We talking about history, and history
Inclusive.
is taught to be so that we don't repeat the same mistakes over. But for whatever reason, history doesn't apply to real life. It
Mm.
doesn't apply to the present for some reason. Like, you've been through the same exact situation before, and for whatever reason you don't see the writing on the wall when it's happening. It's like, we've been here before. This feels like deja vu. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Let's proceed.
That deja vu piece is real. And the thing is, they had that deja vu moment. They see they can it's so bad. Like they've gone through it so much. They know exactly what's gonna happen next, and they still just walk through it. Like, oh, okay, I know if I keep acting this way, or if I keep in this relationship, this person is going to cheat or look elsewhere in the relationship, or it, and you ain't do nothing to stop it. You ain't. It, it just kills me, bro. That insanity just kills me. I'm like, bro, you don't see nothing wrong. Nope. I'm like, in order to be better in your life, you understand you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta, learn something and grow. Why would I do that? I'm not gonna get it. Somebody else
I'm
is gonna
perfect.
get it. What?
I'm perfect. I don't need to grow. What are you talking about, growth? All right.
That's why you in the same position. You getting, as you say, looked over. You, you ain't got the qualifications. You ain't you. What is you doing?
So,
But mm,
um, I have reached this crossroads
mm,
because I kind of talked to Alyssa about this, about our situation right now. Excuse me. Our situation right now is, like I said, it's a little rocky on the home front. Like, our finances aren't looking the way that we need him to look because of this whole situation. Because I thought that I would be making a certain amount of money, and that didn't necessarily work out the way I wanted it to, or it didn't work out the way I was told it was supposed to work out. I've been in this situation for a while now, and we just been kind of holding it down. I had the thought and the thought process of trying to find another job a while ago, and she told me to just no, we need to focus on just moving forward. Like as much as we want to try to find security, trying to find the security in corporate America is what we're trying not to do. Like that's not what our plan is. Like we don't need to be secure in corporate America. We need to be secure in America. Like we don't need corporate America to do that. So for the most part, I've just been working on doing me. The problem is that once we get down to this particular situation, I got into a headspace where I was like, well, am I really making the right choice by doing this? Am I like me chasing my dreams? Like, am I really doing the right thing by chasing my dreams? Like, I got to a point where I asked myself that question. I told her, like, look, is she doing her Etsy shop? And I got to a point where, I talked about it, bro. I hate the fact that we all can't focus on one goal and move forward and be, just that's another thing. That's neither here or there. Um, but she got her Etsy shop going on, and that she's building. She just started making sales in that joint. She's posting on it every single day, working on it every single day, day in and day out. But every time I work on something, you know, we got a kid here, like, so we can't just be like, all right, cool, like we gonna let the baby wait and do her own thing until we done working. Like it don't necessarily work like that. She 8 months, so one of us gotta be there holding her
Gotcha.
hand. So when I work on my stuff, she gotta sacrifice her stuff. When she work on her stuff, I gotta sacrifice my stuff. Like so, we just get to this point where we just like on a seesaw, and it ain't necessarily working out. So I just like I got to a point where I'm like, look, we not stable. We not working on the same thing. So, when you working on yours, you take away from mine. And when I'm working on mine, I take away from yours. So we not doing each other any favors right now. So let me focus on getting us right financially. Let me step out into the market and let me work on getting us stable. And you just keep working on that. Like I was like, I'm done. I can't. Like it's too much. I'm putting us in a bad spot. It's ain't we treading water right now, and there's waves crashing on top of us, and this ain't working for nobody. So I ain't trying to get us kicked out of the house or nothing. I ain't trying to go into zero with our finance or nothing like that. So like, let me just take a step back, say, put a pause on my goals for a minute, and just work on finding me a secure job. And she was just like, why do we keep doing this? I was like, doing what? It's like bless you. It's like this never ending cycle. Like this is gonna always be a problem. And I was like, damn, there's always gonna be a problem. And it really is. Like once a year, bless you. Once a year, this is always a problem. It was a problem when we were working at Amazon. It was a problem for me when I was working at Walmart distribution center. It was a problem for me when I was in the army. Every single year it becomes a problem. And it's like you get to this vertex where your mind starts to collide with, well, your present reality starts to collide with your desire, and your past, I guess you could say. And like you just always end up in this situation where it's like, yo, I failed.
Hmm.
But now I gotta keep doing this same stuff that's causing me to fail in the first place.
We're all there. Like if you're listening to it, we're at that point of our lives. Like we're as my friend said it the best. We're on this hamster wheel, uh, putting in all this work, and we're not going anywhere. We're just going in this giant circle. Uh, there's no growth. There's no advancing. You're just constantly moving in this circle. You know,
Said it
you get a
before,
job,
bro.
you work the job, you work it, you work it until you retire, and then you get another job. It's literally you constantly need a job when you have a job. It it you would think it's not that way, but it's definitely that way. Like you damn near have to do extra stuff outside the job to make it in this world. You can't make a successful living. You can't have a successful life in a job with the job. It doesn't. It's not set up that way. Jobs are set up for you to work till you stop working at there. Then you have to work somewhere else. It don't. It
Yep. Like, of course, we can all find one of those jobs where we're willing to sacrifice our whole life, body, and spirit in order, for 40 something years. We can go work for a trucking company, try to get a pension or something like that, or work for somewhere like Walmart distribution center and get the 40-year plaque going across the stage for the 40-year plaque, and retire with absolutely nothing. We can all do that. Like that's perfectly fine. But and I think that a lot of people, they get to a point where they don't believe that they can actually live. I think that's one of the issues now. And I think, more the more I live now and the older I get, the more I start to realize that there are more people in the world who don't believe that they can actually live. Like they don't believe that living is a thing. They don't we're all alive on this planet, but they don't believe that you can actually live. Like not just ignore the whole going on vacation piece, the not going to clock in piece. Like they don't believe that you can actually just live your life.
yeah.
Like imagine that you're one of the people in the world that don't truly believe that you can be happy just being alive. Like you wake up, do whatever the hell you want to do. You don't have to answer to nobody. You can go see who you want to see, speak to who you want to speak to, wake up whenever you feel like it, go to sleep whenever you feel like it, go wherever the hell you want. Like just imagine not knowing that you can do that and believing that there's not a life where you can't do that. Where you can do that.
That's you are saying that like people are out there like that. Like
Bro, there's
it,
like, literally people who don't believe that that's a life that they can live.
yeah, that,
Like
which
it's
is
like there's
sad.
more and more people today who believe that without a job, you can't do anything in life.
Mm. What, bro? What? What is that? Like you're 100% right. Uh, there are people out here that um as simple as that they can't move, they can't breathe, they can't live without a job, and they have no when they do have a job, instead of being like, all right, I'm gonna go hard to the point where, you know, I'm making money where I can do these things. They have a job and they're literally just they're like robots. They go to work and they come home. They don't do nothing. They don't aspire to be nothing. They don't they don't got dreams. They don't got goals. They're literally working to rent forever, eat large portions of just like food that ain't really good for them, and just waste away. Have babies, raise kids, teach them to do the same thing. It, not even teach them. They literally just let the world teach them. They let the school system teach them. And it just, bro, that shit, that is wild. Like,
It's a real
I
thing, man.
can't
I talk to
imagine.
and that's why that's why for the most part I said don't talk to people about your dreams and goals because it's
Mhm.
not a lot of people who understand, man. It's not a lot of people who would look at your dream and goal, especially people who clock in and clock out every single day. They don't understand that. They don't get it. And
Okay.
I used to think that people just didn't they were just bitter because they didn't have it. Like they were in corporate America and they for whatever reason didn't want to see the truth because they were bitter because they didn't have it. Like that's what I used to think. But now I'm starting to really understand that people they just don't believe that it's possible. Like there are folks who literally believe that if if I have a job and I'm stable at my job, then that's the only life that I'm able to have. And you showing them something else, you saying, okay, well, I'm going to get out of corporate America and I'm going to live life on my own terms. It's almost like showing a cat a cucumber. Like they are freaked the fuck out. They're like, whoa, what are you talking about? What? That's not a
Yeah.
thing. What? That's not what? Like you break their brain when you say that. Like people just don't get it, dog. Like, just think about I remember being in a conversation with Bree and some other folks, and she said that, she didn't have a job for like 15 years. And folks are just like, huh? Girl, how you do that? What did you do? They were like trying to figure out where the money was coming from. They were like, how you stay at home with your kids? Like, and these were women. So they were just like, what?
Mm,
I would be at home with my kids. Like, they just never thought that it was a possibility to actually do that. So, and that she was still part of corporate America, just her husband was. So like for real, like we not talking about somebody who who went above and beyond and did something else. Like but just even that little slither of freedom that she had, just it wasn't conceivable to anybody when she said it. So um that just goes to show that people just really do not understand that there's a possibility that they could live their lives just doing the things that they want. Like, we hear about people, we hear legends of people who work 3 hours a week but make but make quadruple time what we make in entire year in 1 month. Like we
yeah.
do, we hear about that. We hear about people who work, they just own a lot of stuff, and because they own a lot of stuff, they get paid for a lot of stuff you know so you get to a point where you got to have a different type of thought process where you start thinking less with your hands and you start thinking more with your brain. And people just don't understand the fact that if I use my brain a little bit more, you say work smart, not hard. I think everybody's just on that work hard thing. Like
Yeah.
we keep talking about that work hard thing. That you said something about being on the hamster wheel and working hard on the hamster wheel. Like, bro, I said it once before. Like people just be on a treadmill, bro, with the incline all the way up and the speed all the way up to the max. Get on that joint, put in work, and get off that joint pissed because they ain't even moved an inch forward. Like, yo, bruh, if you that is the job, bruh. The job, and for real, your boss can come and click on the little buttons on the treadmill. I don't know if you ever got on like gym equipment treadmill, bro. They got all
Yeah,
the buttons and everything, the controls and
lights,
shit,
buttons,
bro.
incline,
The
speed.
job can come turn your incline up, bro. Turn somebody else incline down because they little more. They like, oh, I know this putting some resistance on you, so I'm gonna turn yours down, but I'm gonna turn theirs up because they gotta pick up the pace and pick up your slack. I'm gonna turn your speed down. I'm gonna turn that person's speed up, so you ain't got to do all that. So I got you. Don't worry about it. Blase, blase, splee. The job can come do all that to you, bruh. And then people get off that. People be on the treadmill pissed. They hop off the treadmill after 40 years, and they like, yo, I should be good now. My legs, I got, my legs strong as hell now. I should be good. I should be able to live my life free. And then they look around like, yo, I'm in the same exact spot. But for real, you think about it. If you were to take that same effort that you were putting on that treadmill or the hamster wheel, put it outside the cage or put it on the road and do that same work that you were putting on the hamster wheel or that treadmill. Come on now. So somebody, come on.
Yeah,
Wow, you get where I'm going with this, right?
yeah.
We put that same work. We put that same work on the road, bro. Like, come on now. Like, you got to go somewhere. If you ran 40 years on a treadmill, bro, and you were to take that 40-year run and put it. Come on, man. I need somebody to hear this, though. Like, for real, I need myself to wake up right now, cause like, for real, I got to this point where at this crossroads where I'm just like, yo, do I keep going doing what I'm doing? Do I, fight this corporate America fight and try to jump and move into something else, or do I double down on what I'm supposed to be doing? Do I double down on what I'm doing right now and just work on something, or just move the way I'm supposed to move? And I had the conversation with Alyssa. I was like, "Yo, I feel like I should, like, I need to take a step back, focus on this corporate America thing, make sure we got some money." And somehow we got to the conversation where it's like, "Yo, why are we not putting the focus where we supposed to be putting the focus at?" I'm still putting the treadmill. I'm on the treadmill. I'm still running on the treadmill. Like, and the joint paused on me because whatever reason, the place that the treadmill in, the power went out. So I'm just looking around like, okay, do I go to the gym across the street,
Hmm.
or do I just stay outside? So somehow we got on the conversation like, yo, it's gonna be rough. But I think we need to take our talents to the street, bro. I think we need to go to the road because like we are so close to doing what we need to do, and like yeah, it's challenging. Yes, it is. It is. Like, that's like, nobody is doubting that. But right now we got the perfect setup to move forward. Let's take this as a blessing. Let's stay where we at, and let's grind out on what we doing. And the fact that this joint is falling apart on the back end, like, we can probably use that to our advantage because now you got a job that is on record, and you're able to make something, although it's not what you thought you would be making, bro. We can make this thing work. Or you can go find somewhere else where they do have their poop in the group, and you gotta have an overbearing manager, and the same benefits, but you just spent all that time just transferring from one treadmill to the next treadmill when you could have just stayed outside running.
Oh, all right, people. We like if it's not clear by now, like we said it. We said it clear as day on previous episodes. We're saying it clear as day now. we're actually going through those moments that
Going through it right now.
it's better to be in your bag and your passion and your talent than it is to be at a job slaving away, wasting your mind, just wasting your talents, just just going nowhere in life. Like if you want to succeed, if you want to whatever you want to do, you're gonna have to do it outside. Literally outside. Like you can't do it at a job. You can't be at a job and you can't be at a job and travel and enjoy traveling.
Hell
Like
no.
usually if you're traveling at a job, it's mainly for that job.
It's
They
for the
expect
job.
you to
Yeah.
be at a certain place at a certain time. Yeah, you might be able to go out to eat with some coworkers after you done at whatever station, whatever plantation they have you move to out there and wherever they flew you at. But you're still under their umbrella. You can't go out and be immersed in that culture, that you're or place that you're at. And it's like it's insane. Uh Another thing kind of to backtrack on that vision piece, nobody's gonna see, like, do y'all understand that it's literally people out here that can't see your vision. They can't even like be in their heads. Like that little voice you have in your head, that little moment where it's all quiet and stuff and you're just thinking to yourself. Some people literally can't do that. Some people literally can't even visualize pictures in their minds. And you expect them to have like this whole to understand your whole drawn out plan, the universes you've created in your head, the 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 greatness that you have. You expect some of these people that can't even do that for themselves. Like just literally go out here, do you, like go outside and literally do you and just see how many people are attracted to your energy, that find what you can do amazing. uh People will pay top dollar to just sit down in a chair and let a artist just draw them. It could be cartoony, it could be realistic. The the platform is out there. The platform is literally outside. All you have to do is literally walk out there and just be in your bag. That simple.
Yeah, the one thing that I refuse to be is a statistic.
Mm.
Like I never wanted to be a statistic. I always wanted to go above and beyond what they said I was capable of doing. Like I told y'all, like back in the day, I had people tell me like, "Yo, you would never do what you say you want to do. You would never be successful. You would never be famous. You would never have a lot of money. Like your mom come from this. This is your family. This is where you from. This is the house you grew up in. This is the house your mom's still in now. Like, come on, bro. You will never do what you say you want to do." And I had so many people tell me that. I had so many people, and whether it was conscious or subconscious, bro, conscious or subconscious, they told me. Like it was they said it. Like for real. Family, friends, people from school, like for real, like everybody was saying the same thing because bro, it's really what they truly believe. Like statistics say that if you like when you grow up, people what it
Yep. Oh,
is like
hold on.
90% of people, 90%, that's high, bro. Eh,
All right.
I'm like, oh, that's a very high statistic, and it's not a good statistic. Like, yo, it's not. There's nothing here, and I'm here where I grew up. I kept leaving and coming back. Like, what did you do that for? What was the purpose of that? Like, you don't even like this place. How did you end up back here? Like for real. So I always dreamed of having a certain life and doing things a certain way. Always, bro. Always. And you know, the I'm gonna tell you honestly, Mark, what we should have talked about was that video that you sent me the other day. Because that video honestly was what sparked the conversation between me and Alyssa about like, yo, what are we really doing here? Like, am I going to continue fighting for the corporate America fight, or am I going to believe in myself and stop telling and you know, because God told me no. Like he said, no, you're not doing that. He told me, he literally told me, you're not doing that. So am I going to tell him, yeah, I am? Like, and repeat the same cycle over again? Like, really? Am I really going to do that? Or do I keep doing what I'm doing and focus on on my path? Because if I go somewhere else, it's going to be a lot worse than where I'm at right now. If I go somewhere else, yeah, I might be making more money, but I'm not going to be able to work on what I'm supposed to be working on. And what good does that do for anybody? When you don't even plan on staying there in the first place, what good does that do for anybody? You just take a prime premium product away from the world, something that somebody might need.
Yeah. And we do it all the time. People do it all the time. And I'm like, the sacrifice is not worth it. It really ain't. Like, the job is gonna be there, whether you're there
Um,
or not.
uh, um,
It's huh?
about that.
Well,
It
not.
might.
Well, yeah. There you go. There you go.
We'll see.
So
We'll
so
see.
even better. It might be there. It's no guarantee. So why put your chips? Why put your investment in there instead of investing in yourself where there is a guarantee? Because you have a talent. You're great at that talent. And even if you're not, it can be honed to the degree of mastery. And after that point, literally you become limitless. When you bet in yourself, you become limitless. But when you bet into the 9 to 5 corporate America, you are limited on time, on how much time you can work, how much money you can make, how much benefits you can have, how much vacation and time off you can have. All these limitations you have. But when you bet in yourself, vacation, limitless. How much money you can make, limitless. The time you can
Like I
spend
said,
with your family, friends, or
okay.
whatever you want to do, limitless. You got
Like I
anything
said
else for the people?
before, the only thing I wanted to be able to influence is the amount of money that I make. Because I know if I influence the amount of money that I make, everything else kind of falls in line. I don't want all the vacations. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd much rather be out working. But when I say I'd much rather be out working, I'd much rather be out working doing something that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't out here trying to I ain't out here trying to be out here on private jets and nothing like that. Like I don't give a damn about that. I want enough money to make the eighth of universe stand on its own 2 feet. I want enough money to be able to put in marketing efforts that make the eighth of universe look damn good. Like make it stand up next to Marvel and DC. Because I think that I have a better product. I'm gonna be honest with you. I respect Stan Lee and everything he did, but as the way I see Marvel going right now, DC going right now, and all these other joints, I think I got a better product, bro. It's more based on reality. That's what makes mine better. Like I'm just being honest with you. So so yeah, I don't necessarily care about, you know, the vacations, the private jet, and you know, hanging out with partying with rich people and all that other stuff like that. Like I give a damn about that, like for real. I just want to make a difference. That's all. That's it. I just want to make a difference. Like, so, everybody got their different motivators, right? Everybody got their different driving factors, their driving forces. But mine is not the wealth itself. It is the impact that comes with the work that I do. And Alyssa, she all day long, she's like, I can't wait to get you back home 100% of the time. I'm like, that's a nice thought. But I promise you, we get to where we're supposed to go, I'm not gonna be at home. I'm probably gonna be gone more if anything. But if I do whatever the hell I want to do, whenever the hell I want to do, that I'll be able to take her with me. That's the difference. I can't take her to work with me. Actually, I can't take her to work with me. She spent like almost the whole day with me a few days ago, and nobody said shit. They just like her and Amara just walking around the showroom, sitting at everybody's desk, talking to everybody. I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. But we not doing what we need to do. We not doing what we need to do. So I can't wait till the days that she get to walk around with the showroom. I can't wait till she get to walk around places, while I'm out there doing my thing, and mingling with everybody, networking with everybody, and I get to be in the market doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't wait for that day.
We all gonna get there. Even the people listening to it, you're listening English.
The T silent, bro.
We're all gonna get there. Even the people that are listening to this episode right now, you're on the right path to getting to that point in life that you dreamt of all your life. And once you get there, just give us a shout out, make a post, be like, this couldn't have happened without the Dirty Trunk podcast.
Y'all said I'll be here.
We'll be here. We'll be here because this has been the Dirty Trunk podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. This is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the AJ McMullen. Before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better
Spotify,
than
leave
y'all
us a rating, fam. Rate us on Spotify. Like, don't forget that part. Rate us on Spotify.
Interact.
We almost 260 episodes in.
Right.
Right. We almost 260 episodes in, bro. We need some ratings, fam. Y'all hit us up.
Let us know something. Do the who or something like that. But this has been us. Always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.